LA criminals came to my home, pointed guns at my chest. After successfully defending my home and my family and my 5-month-old child, California is now deciding to suspend my Second Amendment. It was a quiet evening, and as I was coming home from the gym, when 2 armed men, masked, hopped over the wall, ran down on me with guns, and the most terrifying part was, my wife and my 5-month-old baby were on the other side of that door. In an effort to protect my family, I drew my gun and returned gunfire. As a result of that night, the California government has temporarily suspended my ability to concealed carry. This is an attempt to make me vulnerable at a time that is critical that I maintain my ability to protect my family. They'd rather leave me out there to dry and let my family become a statistic. My situation is unique because it happened at my front door, all on camera. But this happens time and time again all over the country. It doesn't get caught on camera, and people sweep it under the rug because it doesn't behoove their political agenda. The fact is, evil will always exist, but we need our ability to defend ourselves and keep our families safe from violent people. Just a few months ago, robbers broke into my home looking for easy money. Luckily, none of us were home. But then they came back. I used to walk in this house, into my beautiful house that I built for my family, and now I walk into a war zone. Criminal is someone who doesn't follow the laws. They don't care about gun laws. They don't care about safety classes. They don't care about being qualified to be able to shoot. California government thinks my story is a myth. They don't think people like me actually exist. Right here in LA, an innocent LA father was killed because District Attorney Gascon released a violent criminal back into the streets. And this is just one of the dozens of cases right here in this city. When the incident happened, there was only 2 things I could rely on: myself and the Second Amendment. And now that's in jeopardy. The leftist gun grabbers do not care about your safety. The NRA does. My name is Vince Ritchie. I'm an Italian-American from the Bronx, New York, and I'm a proud member of the National Rifle Association.
Welcome back to the channel, Wolverines. My name is John Crump. I'm an investigative journalist, and this is John Crump News, where we discuss 2A every day. Go ahead and do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. It would really help me out. I try to cut the intros down a little bit, but every once in a while I have to do the old intro. Today we're going to be talking about the video that you just saw. That was a man in LA that when he was trying to go in through his door at his home, he was rushed by a few people with guns. He was able to fight off those people with his legally concealed firearm. He threw his coffee at the guy, pulled out his firearm, and fired several shots. Behind the door of his apartment was his wife and kid, and he was worried that they were going to do some type of home invasion where it could lead to a tragic situation involving his wife and kid. So he did what he had to do to protect himself and his family. His house was broken into before, and he was worried that these might be the same guys that are coming back. After the incident, he called police. Police showed up, and they did an investigation. He yelled at police because they didn't do a stellar job on the investigation. Usually when that happened, they will take shell casings and everything else to try to match the firearm. In this case, the police did none of that. Basically, it seemed like the police couldn't be bothered by the situation. So he was highly critical of the investigation online. And the police say, since he yelled at him, he does not deserve to have a concealed carry permit. Basically, they're trying to say that he's a danger because he yelled at police, which is ridiculous because that is his First Amendment right. And because they are violating his First Amendment right, they also want to violate his Second Amendment right. This is nothing but a retaliatory action by the police department. And now they are disarming him, and the bad guys could come back. Their friends can come back. LA is a place with a lot of gangs, and these guys might be gang members, and they might be coming back for retaliation. But the police department wants to make sure that he is disarmed in case that happens. California is a dystopian state where they want their citizens disarmed and at the mercy of gang members so they can come in as heroes to save the day if they get there. Usually they are just investigating crimes after they happen and not preventing crimes. So you are your own first responders. This is a ridiculous situation, and it's a real shame that they are doing this to this guy. The NRA is helping him out. So good on the NRA. They're finally doing something. Sure, other gun organizations probably want to help him out too, but the NRA is the first to the show. So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully his concealed carry permit will get unsuspended, because it's suspended now, temporarily suspended for an indefinite period of time, but we will have to see. This just goes to show you how deep the anti-gun roots in California run. To disarm someone that was violently attacked by criminals with guns is evil. I was about to say that I cannot believe that they were doing that to him, but after thinking about it, I'm pretty sure I can believe that. California is an anti-gun state ran by anti-gun leftists. Not the whole state is anti-gun. There's a lot of people in California that are pro-gun. It's just the government that's in power is anti-gun. They hate guns. They hate your right to self-defense. They have a fundamental hatred for the Second Amendment, and they will do anything that they can to impose on that right. They don't care who has the guns. They don't care if it's the bad guys or the good guys. In their eyes, if you own a gun, you are a bad guy, and it is their mission to take away your gun. It is not a right if the state can take it away for any reason they deem necessary. That's called a privilege. And this guy has a right to defend himself with a firearm, especially now that he is in the crosshairs. There could be retaliation. Who knows? I'm not sure what the affiliation of the attackers are, but like I said, there's a lot of gangs in California, and they could retaliate. And the state of California is trying to make him a victim. So we'll have to see what happens, but it is a damn shame. This guy defended himself and his family from imminent danger, and yet California wants to punish him for that. It's ridiculous. It is unfathomable, and hopefully he can get his concealed carry permit back. Yelling at police is a protected constitutional right. Criticizing police is a protected constitutional right. You cannot have one constitutional right stripped from you because you exercised another one. That isn't how it worked. If I was this guy, I would still be carrying a gun because my family's life is more important to me than an unconstitutional law. But that is just me. That's not legal advice. So don't take that as legal advice. I'm just saying if I was in his situation, that's what I would do, because he is in the crosshairs right now. And California is not going to give him armed guards to protect him 24/7 like they do with Gavin Newsom, but who knows? Let's see what happens. Hopefully there is a good outcome to this. Maybe bringing awareness to this is a good thing. California cannot restrict the rights of people to concealed carry permits according to the Bruin ruling, yet that is what California is trying to do. They didn't like the Bruin ruling, and now they are trying to get around the Bruin ruling by issuing stupid shit like this that still violates Bruin. All right, guys, that is it. I hope you have a great weekend. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free. Go ahead and buy my book back there, Masters of Firepower, available everywhere. You can get on Amazon. They have the Kindle version, the hardcover, the paperback, and I have more hardcovers and paperbacks coming in to sign, so give me a little bit of time, and if you want a signed copy, you can get those directly from me. All right, guys, that's it. Wolverine's mother...